Hello everyone. In today's stream we will be doing tier 5 group dungeons and we'll collect our faction rewards at the end of the stream where we can spend all of our points. Hopefully I get to 100k points in this stream so I can buy two of the winter bear cups, but we'll see how long it goes. Right, let's go. It spawned in the corner. Right. Right, we are at the first dungeon. I really like these undead dungeons because you can get those undead cape crests from this. It's rare, but it's a really good profit if you get one. Let's quickly track our rewards before we start farming. I'll do that after I kill this mob. Right, let's see. I spent all my points before I started streaming, so I don't have that much. Let's just round it to zero. I got this 8k for killing 2 or 3 mobs, so it's fine. And the faction points, I have 89,000 points. Let's round it up to 90k. Let's look at the silver. This is the silver pickup tracking. We'll see how much silver we pick up. The silver is usually 30 or 50k for each dungeon. If you get the silver buff from the shrines, that's really big boost. How much is this? Oh, 7k. typical green chests, around 10k from that. And even with premium, the green chests are just really, really bad. I mean, that chest was meant for like what, 5 people doing this dungeon, and it's supposed to split that 10k between 5 people. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, that was so close. Did you guys see that? I stood in this AoE attack. Almost got killed for it. That's weird, but oh, okay. Oh, my net is working fine. I don't know why the stupid game keeps crashing. Someone's logged in. Great. I mean, my stream is still online, right? So it's not a problem with the net. It's just the game server. Failed to connect the server. Now, if that happened while I was still fighting the mob, that would have costed me 300k in the repair bills. Should really fix their servers. And a really good tip is to always kill every single mob, including the ones at these exits, because they might drop the undead crests. Those go for a lot of silver. Let's see how much they go for. Should be around here. Yeah, 200,000 almost for a single drop. So kill every single mob you see in the undead dungeons. You might get lucky. Let's wait for our cooldowns. 5 seconds should be good enough. Yeah. Don't even need to use the E spell for most of the pulls. Oh, this is a big one. Don't stand in AoE spells when you're pulling this many mobs. It's fine if it's just 2 or 3 mobs, but when it's over 5 mobs, just dodge everything. The AoE spell damage stacks up really quickly, so you'll die before you notice it. Okay, I'm just going to skip this one since it's a Tom chest. Hello. Check build. I'll show you after this pull. One sec. Right. This is the build. Shadow Collar, Mage Call, Crypt Candle, Cultist Sandals, and a Stalker Jacket. The cape is optional. You don't have to use this cape, but this is the best one, in my opinion, because you need the resistance reduction. Or not the resistance reduction, the damage reduction on the enemies. Oh, it's okay. It's the second time in the same dungeon this happened. I don't know what the problem is. Right, this should be fine now. I switched over to a new Wi-Fi network. Oh, it's still not fixed. What's going on? Now, I will make a build guide about this set soon, so subscribe if you don't want to miss that one. This is currently the best build to solo group content. We are already at 100k. Look at this. We did not even finish the first dungeon. And this is without the satchel and without auto respec. This is just free combat film. Should probably wait for the cooldowns here. There's a green chest below the stairs. Let's get that before getting the shrine. Right, let's get the shrine. Now, if that shrine is a silver buff, that buff will actually provide more silver than this green chest we just opened. That's that's how bad the green chests are. Dodge AoE spells. And okay, this is dangerous now. You can use your invisibility potions to reset sometimes, but it might not work when you have these archers that can poison you. So my invisibility got revealed due to a poison debuff. But still it's worth using. If you don't have the debuff, you can just escape. Let's kill the archer first this time. Right, he should die with that. Repair, yeah. We'll make more money than the repair bills, so it's not that big of a problem. And it's not that common to get down in these dungeons, so it will be fine. Now this was a really bad dungeon because we did not even find any blue chests in this one yet, and we are almost done with the third floor. Oh, we finally got a blue chest, it seems. So swordsman and frost mage. Alright. With this set, you don't have to focus on any single boss. Since all of your spells are AoE spells, they'll just hit everything. Right, see? It's quite easy with this set. 40k. Okay. That was a bad glitches too. A bad dungeon in general, this one. Let's just kill these two guys because we don't have all of our cooldowns. Might be risky to pull too many. We'll save this for the next pull. Oh, we got a solo dungeon. Can we get anything else here? Just by the skeletons, okay. Oh, we are at the boss room. Right. I think it's a blue chest too. It's that frost mage boss. Again, we have the archer. Really dangerous. Let's see if these guys follow up. Nah, these archers are so annoying. See, we did not have the poison buff on us, so we can just reset them. You're using a 8.4 battle axe, but it consumes too much energy. Okay. With Hellion, alright. If you try using Limhurst cape, it should be fixed. What cape do you use right now? Are you using a Limhurst cape or something else? Lim cape, okay. So you can try using the Eye of Secrets for the offhand. That really helps with energy. If you don't want to swap your offhand, the only other option is to get energy potions. Or you can use a Scholar Call. That works really well too. So you see this one? You can use this helmet or the Eye of Secrets. I don't know where it is. Candles. I don't know what category it falls under, but there is a offhand known as Eye of Secrets, and that helps a lot in energy consumption. What tier is your cape that you're using? Sometimes if your weapon is higher tier than your capes or helmets, it increases your energy consumption too. 8.3. Okay. Well, you have two options in that case. You can either switch to a Scholar Call and Eye of Secrets, or just use energy potions. Or you can avoid using the spells that cost you the most energy. Read the spell description of every spell in your gear and just stop or minimize using the high consumption spells. I'll show you what I mean after I kill this thing. New players also face this problem with the Shadow Caller, since they tend to spam the E-spell too much with the Misak build. Right. If you look at this spell, it costs 127 energy, and everything else does not cost anywhere near as much. 30, 60, and 57. So depend on the other spells more than you depend on the energy hungry spell. Save this in the emergency cases. Yeah, this is it. The Eye of Secrets. If you use this, it will help with your energy regen. 52k. So we got around 200k from that dungeon. She's quite bad, honestly. We only got like 2 blue chests from it. And let's hope that the next dungeon will be better. So what offhand were you using with the battle axe build? I think it's a Misak, right? How much fame do I get? I completed one dungeon and I'm at 250,000 credits without using auto respec or satchel. The satchel's turned off too. So the fame is pretty good. Let's see how many points I get. 93. So we got 4,000 points from that one dungeon, and we need 6 or 7,000 more. Yeah, we need 7,000 more for buying 2 bear cubs. So when we hit 100,000 faction points,
News from the
we'll
field.
buy 2 of these bear cubs, and each one of them is 1 million.
Understood.
So it's free 2 million. Right, let's get the next map.
Honest prices.
I was looking to buy an 8.4k pan. It was really not worth it, so I decided to stick with the 8.3.
Feeling
Can I
it.
do combat fame with cheap builds? I don't know what you mean by combat fame exactly. If you care to elaborate on that.
Local goods. Deal.
Oh, are you asking me how to fame up with a cheap set? Well, if you want to know how to fame farm on a really cheap set, the best option right now is to do tiered black dungeons. Basically, tiered black dungeons or the Nightfall Abbey. So each set for the tiered black dungeons, it should be around 3 or 400k silver depending on your specs. And the fame is pretty good. It's the next best thing after doing group dungeons. I made a video yesterday depicting how much fame you get from tiered black zone dungeons. So go check that video out if you want to know how to farm with a cheap set. Or you can just kill open world mobs on a black zone. If you don't want to go to a black zone and still want to do on a cheap set, just kill mobs in the yellow zone, open world. Or you just finished your first group dungeon, and congrats. How much did you get? 6.2 blight staff. Oh, why blight staff though? 50k? Okay, that's bad. Right. So you can use a druid staff that is actually better than the blight staff. Since if you use a druid staff, it opens up your offhand slot. You can use something like a Muisak or a Mist Caller. There's Druid 8.3 for some bosses. Yeah. Yeah, Druid staff is better than the Blight staff, definitely. So we got this Earth Daughter boss, and I can't do that one solo, so I just have to skip it. It's a purple chest. This is the only boss that is just not killable solo. The rest of the bosses you can manage with item swaps, but wow, this one is impossible. Well, if you guys like to participate with your healing staffs, you can join this dungeon. If you can get a healing staff to this zone before I finish the dungeon, we can kill this boss together. You guys get to keep the loot. That boss is so unbalanced. Can only pull 2 mobs with my blight staff. If you use a druidic staff, that should improve a little bit. Because you don't have to stop casting your spells while the E is running. How long you run that dungeon? I think around 15 more minutes for this one, since we only finished the first floor. So you have time if you want to join this dungeon. Uh, I really don't know which W is the best one for the druidic staff. If you're using a Hellion jacket, that too on a low tier, it might be better to use the protection of nature spell, which increases your healing received. But if you don't know how to time those spells properly, just use the damage spell. You use your Blight Staff to solo faction bosses. Okay. No, have you ever tried the Druidic Staff though before? Is there so much mana? You can use the energy passive on Nature Staff. Nature Staffs don't have to worry about energy consumption at all. There's a passive that generates energy every time you use an auto attack. Right. This should be broken. Yeah, it only regens 4 or 5 for auto attack, but you have to keep doing your auto attacks for the Q spell anyway, so it's really good. Those 4 or 5 really add up over time. You don't think it's much, but if you start using it, you will feel the difference. This is also true with the bows. Bows also have the same passive spell and it helps them a lot, especially the regular bow. If you use the energy passive, I don't think you need the energy potions. So you can use some other potion like a invisibility potion if you are getting downed or a healing potion. Try using a druidic staff with the energetic passive. Still need the potions. Okay. I'm no expert on the nature staffs, so I can't speak for them very well, but having the energy passive definitely helps. I use it sometimes on my shadow collar. So what build do you guys use to do your content? Leave it down in the comments. I'll be sure to check them out. Only have 350 or so energy, so not that much. Okay. Then you have to upgrade your capes and helmet. Your capes and helmet give you so much energy pool, so your helmets have a stat like max energy stat. Gives you a lot more. Hello, I'm on the West server. I do have a character on the East server, but I don't play that very much. I started playing before the East server was launched. I use a 6.2 on all my equipment. That much I can afford it. Okay. So if you can't use really high tier gear, you should form parties with someone who can use that gear to carry you through until you can get your own gear. If you're solo, it's really hard to level up right now. Or you don't have any in-game friends. Okay. I made a Discord server, especially for this case where people don't know how to level up and they don't have any in-game friends to help them through it. So I have a Discord server. You can join that if you want to do group dungeons or any other group activity. Basically, you don't have to join the guild, but just join the server so we can contact you when you want to do the content. Do you also do HCE content? No, I never tried HCE. I was invited to do one a long time ago, but that's it. I don't know anyone who does HCE content. It's really hard to find parties for them. Actually, good parties. I would like to try it though. If you guys have anyone who does HCE content, I'd really like to try it. I definitely have enough spec on my gear to try HCEs. Like, I can use Shadow Caller. So can any of you guys do healing for this dungeon if you are interested? Or Shadow Caller is definitely a lot better than Nature. If you're asking me which one is better, it's just that you need a really good Shadow Caller in order to get its efficiency out of it. And Nature staffs are, one of those staffs that you don't need spec in them. They don't get much stronger with the spec, but the curse staffs get a lot stronger as you spec them up. See, you can't do pulls this big with the nature staff. You'll just get bullied by these mobs. You should start farming shadow callers. Yeah, shadow caller is really good right now. You just have to use it before they decide to nerf it. You can actually go to a test server and check how much your build improves with each level of the spec. It's just that Gustav scale really, really well when you spec them up. If you see my Q is doing 330 damage like 2 times every single second. Nature staffs just don't scale that high. And that is without using the curse beam. Oh, that's a good chest. Yes. If you want to do group content solo, you need to use a curse staff or a battle axe. They're both pretty good, but nature staffs are, just barely doable with them. They're really good at killing bosses, though. Shadowcaller is faster than nature at DPS. Yeah, definitely. I mean, nature only has one damage spell to it, and if you use the W damage spell, it's not that good. Nature staffs are really good for doing solo dungeons. Basically, low tier PvE content. If you are doing really high tier PvE content like soloing group activities, you need a shadow caller. And another really important thing is that the shadow caller heals you more than the nature staff can. Can you substitute Call of Purity for the Mage Call? That would actually be better than the Mage Call if you have a Call of Purity. But the only problem is that the Mage Call can hit a huge area like this big of a cone. You have to properly aim your Call of Purity if you use them. So the damage is higher on the Call of Purity, but it's harder to use. Mage Call is just till you press a button and it burns them, basically. The Call of Purity might be really good for single targets, so it's easy to aim on a single target. But if you're doing like a pull of 5 or 6 mobs, you can't hit everything with a beam. The cone is much better in that case. And since the Call of Purity is an artifact item, you get more stats from it too. It is a better option than Mage Call, but Mage Call is the lazy option. I was going to go Blade mode. You should just run away from this. Don't tank that attack. It will shred your health. Just look at this. 190. Okay. That's really bad for a epic chest. But whatever. Let's go. Now we do have one more epic chest in this dungeon, that is the Earth Daughter. If any of you guys are interested in participating for that kill, you're welcome. So you have to join before the dungeon disappears though. Don't have much time left. Right, we got 360k from that dungeon, even after skipping a boss. So, still, we actually don't need to do group dungeons, but I need the DPS to do solo faction bosses. You can solo faction bosses in this set too. This is actually better than the nature staff for soloing faction bosses. They just die so fast that the enemy team can't respond. If you do kill a faction boss solo with a nature staff, it will take some time. So you might get ganked while you're fighting the faction boss. This is a lot faster, so a lot safer.
Don't fall to darkness.
Right, I'll be back in a minute. I'll just get some water from the fridge. What is the lowest tier for a solo group dungeon? If you're asking what the lowest tier of dungeon is, it's a tier 4 group dungeon. And if you want to know what is the lowest tier gear you need to use for soloing group dungeons, that would be around 6.4 or 7.3. What are the shoes called? They're the cultist sandals. They're actually really important for this build as they support every single spell we use. So basically, this trail you see under me, it shreds the armor of anything that stands on it, and the armor shred increases your damage from the roast pork, not the roast pork, the stalker jacket, the mage cowl, and the shadow collar, and all this increased damage increases your life steal from the roast pork. So this is like a healing spell almost, with the amount of damage it increases. So what's the combo? The combo is quite simple. You place one Q under the enemy, use your boots first, and dump every other spell. There's nothing complicated about it. Look, I'll do the combo. Place one Q, press F, R, D, and if you need the heals, use the E spell. If not, just beam them down with the W. It's not a complicated build to play at all. You just need to know how many mobs you can handle with this set and dump everything you have at the same time on them. Cultist handles plus Stalker Jacket is the best combo. Yeah, this is really good.
Made a profit?
And another reason
Buying or
to why I
trading?
prefer the Mage Call over the Cultist Call is just the price of it. Not the Cultist Call, the Purity Call. Yeah, Call of Purity. Let's see how much this is. So you need to spend 10 million for a helmet slot. No, I don't want to spend that much. It is 934 damage. With the Mage Skull, it is 855 damage, but it's only 5 million, so half the price for 80% of the performance. Just use Mage Call unless you can obviously afford the Cultist Call. Going to sleep? Yeah, good night. It's 2 a.m. for me too, so
Attention.
I'm not sleeping tonight. I should really sleep. I mean, I should really stream at daytime so more people can watch this. I'm streaming at the middle of the night. I'll try to stream tomorrow morning or afternoon. 3:30 for you? Damn. So you're 1.5 hour ahead of me. Where are you from though? New Delhi or what? I'm from Hyderabad. Oh, Indonesia. Okay. Alright, see you tomorrow then. I'll stream tomorrow. Not at the same time. Oh, same country. A lot of people ask me where I'm from. I'm from India, and in India, I'm from Hyderabad. Ah, nice. See, this is the combo. You just have to use every spell. That's all. Most of the times, you don't even need all the spells to kill them. Just half of them will do. And we still have a food buff from the last dungeon, so it's not even been 30 minutes since the last one. You just have to be careful about not pulling the mobs when your E is on cooldown. If your E spell is on cooldown, you're dead. This is a really bad key. I have to reset. Alright. I accidentally blasted one of those barrels, which would have aggroed the boss. Okay, let's do that again. We can kill those guys when we have cooldowns, but we don't need cooldowns for just these two mobs, so we'll just kill them first while waiting for the cooldowns. Food buff is almost out. It's out now. Right. Okay, let's try to do this properly this time. I think we can kill them all at the same time if I'm careful. Okay, we got this. Let's look at how much damage we did with the one combo on the boss monster. It's crazy how much damage you can do. And this damage is not a single target spell. You deal the same amount of damage to every single mob around you. That's the best part about using Stalker Jacket and this set. See, it was such a big pull, but we handled it without any problems. This build is really nice. You guys should try it out if you can. I'll make a build guide of this video soon. Right. That's it. Before the Stalker Jacket wears off, everything will die. It does around 9 or 10,000 DPS in the AoE circles, so it's really good for killing these trash mobs. You need to use it 2 or 3 times on the boss, but that's also manageable because we have the E spell to heal us through it. Now let's just skip these guys. Okay, let's kill them using this barrel. You can also increase the barrel's damage with the armor shred from your sandals. Right, that was really close. The fire mages are really dangerous. You should not pull so many of them. Okay, I'll skip this boss. Say tome chest. It's really not worth doing those stupid tome chests anymore. They give like 10k fame at the best. These dungeons started dropping these stupid tier 3 items recently. They used to not drop in tier 5 dungeons. The black market for this game is really dropping fast. And it might be because of the gold tax though. A lot of veteran players who used to play on the black market just stopped playing the game altogether because the game kept nerfing their economy. Ah, come on. Oh, think we reached our initial goal. Yeah, we got 100k points. Right, after this stream, after this dungeon, we'll buy 2 winter cups. Just wait for the cooldowns, and 8 seconds is not too bad. Can deal with it. How much do you get in one dungeon? It's around 300,000 on an average, but it depends on the dungeon. If you don't get any good chests, you'll not get loot. For example, in this dungeon, we did not fight a single blue chest, and we are still at. If you just find blue chests like one or two on every floor, you'll get 300 to 400,000 on each dungeon. Loot is really good in here. This is the best activity you can do for the solo players. But if you don't have the gear to do these dungeons, then do tier 8 solo dungeons. Or you wanted to know how much faction points I get? Okay. It depends around 5,000 to 6,000 points. If the dungeon is really long, you might even get 10k. That's really rare though. So I started the video at 80 something thousand points and I'm at 101,000 points now. So this is the third dungeon I have done. You can calculate yourself based on that. Right, if it's that whip boss now, I have to go back and bring a swap set. If it's just the mines boss, we can kill him. I don't know their names. I think it's the weapon master. Oh, this is the blaster. Okay, this guy is easy. We can kill him. There's another boss that spawns in the same room. I think it's called the Heretic's Weapon Master, and that guy's really hard to kill with this set. I need to bring my mercenary jacket for that. Right. Everything's off cooldown. Let's just start by dumping everything we have. We'll save a respell though. Oh, the boots did not activate. Damn. Okay, let's reset. The boots did not activate and I ran into like 4 bombs. We'll go again in 15 seconds. That was really bad. Damn. This is also one of the disadvantages of having like 300 ping. Sometimes spells just don't activate. Okay, we can go in again now. Let's go. Right. Everything activated this time. Now it's really better to switch away from the cursed beam because this boss will never let us finish the beam. He'll just keep spamming those bombs on our feet. You have to prioritize dodging more than attacking on this boss or you will die. Just get close, drop your spells and move away. A lot of new players really struggle at this boss. Hey, we got him down. Let's see how much loot we get from this. 200k. Okay. Loot is really bad today for some reason. Usually that would have been 300 or 350k. Well, still, we got 300k from the dungeon. Not bad. Right, let's go to the city and buy our faction mounts. 102,000. So we did around 3 dungeons in this stream. It's not that much. Like I usually do 5 or 6 dungeons. But seeing as it is 2 a.m. for me now, I have to get going soon. We'll go back to the city. We'll buy a winter bear cup. Not just the regular one. We'll buy the elite winter bear cups. I can buy 2 of them, so stick around for that. Oh, sorry for that. I thought my mic was muted. Okay, let's get the mounts.
News from the field. Take it.
Right, just like that, we get 2 million silver. This is the reason why you should play in the safe zones. Because if you go to the black zone, they will not let you faction flag. I don't know why they do that though. You can just add that on there. It might just make the black zones more interesting for once. Having faction flags in there. So I did 3 dungeons and ended with 800,000 in loot, 130k in the silver pickups. You saw around 15,000 in the faction points, 725,000 credits without auto respec or satchel. So that's that for today's stream. I'll see you guys in the next stream or the next video. Right, see you guys later.